Hey guys, a couple of updates on me and the podcast. So first of all, always go check out eliotmarshall.com for all things related to what I'm doing in the podcast. Most notably on that, some DBAB t-shirts. Don't be a bitch, don't be a bully. They should be out here soon. So check. I'll have a store up on the website here within, maybe now, maybe a week or so, depending on when you're listening to this. So go check out the store to get your DBAB t-shirt. Super simple design. Hope you like it. Grab one. Secondly, I have created a Patreon page, and Patreon is a really great way to support the podcast if you like it. A lot of great producers, podcasters use it. Sam Harris, Dan Carlin. It's real simple, man. If you like it, then go support. That's it's the most holistic way. You like it. You find this podcast helpful. Show some love if you could, please. I have some levels. $1 donation per month, $5 donation per month. That will come with some jiu-jitsu video. So if you're into jiu-jitsu, then there you go. And then the $10 a month come with some jiu-jitsu video and a little motivational stuff. So that would be great to check out that. Patreon.com/The Gospel of Fire. And lastly, I'll be competing again soon, December the 8th at the Anna Invitational. So all of that money will go towards Justin Wren and his fight for the forgotten. So yeah, we're gonna everything we do is gonna go towards that. I'm doing a seminar hopefully at the Anna Academy the day after on December the 9th in Austin, Texas. So that's what we've got coming up. Again, that all of that money will go towards Fight for the Forgotten and Justin Wren. Well, not him personally, but his fight for the forgotten. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoy the episode, and we'll talk to you later. Hey, guys, this is Eliot Marshall, former UFC fighter, and this is the Gospel of Fire, where we're going to go through the fire to learn the best way to live our life. Hey, what up, everybody? Little solo episode, Gospel of Fire. I've had some good guests on recently. I've had some good guests. I'm really excited about that, and I've gotten some really good feedback from people. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm glad that you are finding this helpful in your life. That's the goal. The goal is for us to live a better life. It's not just for me to talk or become famous or popular or any of those things, like that is not my goal with this. My goal with this is, first of all, it's in line with my why, best parent possible, because I'm trying to help people, and I talk to my children a lot about helping people. And then secondly, yeah, I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy thinking a lot about stuff like how to live a better life, where we flaw in arguments and things like that in what we're doing. And that's what we're going to get into today. Where I think we flaw the most is we don't do one of my favorite, I think it's an acronym, it's called DBAB. We got to fucking DBAB. DBAB stands for two things, but it's going to be a yin and a yang on both ends of the spectrum. Don't be a bitch and don't be a bully. Both of them. You can't choose one. You have to do them both. Where should we start? Let's start with don't be a bitch, because that's where it starts with. So first we have to define a bitch. Okay? A bitch is someone who lets their life be run by fear. A bitch is someone who likes to just be comfortable, who will just sit and keep doing what they're doing because it's easy. And look, maybe it works. A bitch is someone who says, look, I've gotten this far doing it like this, so why would I change? Why would I change? This is comfortable. This is easy. This is easy for me. I don't have to put pressure on myself. I don't have to look for a better way to do it because this way gets it done. I'm going to use my buddy Foster Bailey. Sorry, Foster, I'm going to crush you right here. We had this discussion. I'm not going to say Foster's a bitch, but this would be a very basic example of a bitch move. This was a bitch move, Foster. Foster and I were talking about cooking a steak. And there's one way to cook a good steak, the best steak. It's called the reverse sear. If you want to ask me about how to do the reverse sear, we can talk about that another day. It's a newer way to do it. It's low, slow heat, and then at the end you sear. And there's science behind it and everything. And Foster tried to tell me that his way was the best. So I was like, okay, man, what's your way? He goes, high heat. And he's got a deep voice like that, high heat. And I was like, all right, man, yeah, that is how they did it. He goes, it's worked forever. Keep doing it that way until it fails. That's some bitch stuff right there, Foster. I hate to say it. Foster can handle it, But that's what we do, And look, this is a joke. It's funny. Ha ha. We're talking about a steak. We're talking about a fucking steak. So let's be clear. I'm not destroying my friend Foster. But we do this in so many other ways in our life. I'll stay in this job because, it pays the bills and it's easy. It's comfortable. I fucking hate it. I hate it. I can't stand it. It makes me miserable, deep down at my core. But I'm going to just keep doing it because fuck. Put pressure on myself to actually do something better. Put pressure on myself to be happy. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Back up. Take the risk that you might fucking fail. You might fall flat on your face and be embarrassed. The whole world might criticize you. Your friends might not be your friends anymore. You know what the answer to all that is? Yeah, good. Let your friends not be. They're not fucking friends. If your friends aren't your friends because you fail at something, because you do something poorly, because you attempted and made a fool of yourself, let's say the worst case scenario, you make a fool of yourself. Well, then they're not your friends. They never were. They were around for the good times. They were around for the party, for the celebration, or they were around just because, I don't know, man, they were like you. They were stuck in a place where it was just comfortable. You're going to lose some friends when you stop being a bitch. You're going to lose some friends when you stop being a bitch. Let me say it one more time. You're going to lose some friends when you stop being a bitch because you probably surround yourself with people that do the same shit, right? That don't challenge themselves, that don't push themselves, that aren't trying to be better every day. Now, that doesn't mean perfect. Because nobody's perfect. That's the beauty of it. You're never going to get there. Every day you have to wake up and DBAB. Every day you have to wake up and do it. Like I said, there's no rollover minutes on DBABing. You can't do it. You can't not do it. You just because you DBABed yesterday, okay, now it's time to start taking it easy. Now it's time to stop putting pressure on myself. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Every day, wake up, DBAB. Let me fix that. Every day, wake up, meditate, DBAB. Because the only way you can DBAB, in my opinion, is if you really make an attempt to be self-aware. You have to know why you're here. You have to know your flaws. You have to know what it is that you need to work on. And then that will tell you you're not perfect. That's what sucks, right? Like when we start to tell ourselves we're not, this is where it gets hard. I do this poorly. And I'm not talking about, again, we're not talking about cooking a steak. Who cares? We're talking about where do you flaw as a human being? Where do you flaw in your relationships? Where do you flaw in how it is that you go about your day, how it is you show your children how to live a life? It gets real simple for parents a lot. Is this the life I want my children to live? Is this the life you want your kids to live? Are you treating your wife the way you want to treat your wife? Are you treating your husband the way you want to treat, the way you want them to do it? It's simple. It's not easy. DBABing is fucking hard. Because then you just got to go do it. If you saw your child just stuck, what would you say to them? How would you help them? Think about it. What would you do? What would you do? And this is where we mess up the most in DBABing, I think. After that we don't DBAB with ourselves, we don't DBAB with our children. fuck, man, we just try to protect those little bastards, you know? And now it depends on where you are. It depends on where you are in the world. That might be the whole thing. The whole thing might be survival. You might just have to make those kids survive and protect them. But for most of us, for anyone that's listening to this podcast, that's probably not the case for you. Your kids are probably pretty solid. They're probably okay. They're probably fine because you're listening to a podcast. Good for you. That's great. That means you're making it a little bit. You have food on the table. You've got time to listen to me fucking talk. Good. Your kids are fine. Your kids are fine. Granted, if they're not sick, you know? So let's just put some stipulations in on that, obviously, like, you know. Yeah, if they're sick, obviously you have a problem. And my sympathies go out to you. But let's take the normal situation. Let's take an average 2.25 kids in a household. Are you putting pressure on them, or are you coddling them? Are you coddling your children, or are you preparing them for the world? Which one is it? Which one are you doing? Are you making their life easy, or are you making their life hard? Look, I have to make my kids' life hard. I live in Boulder County. Like it's so easy. There's nothing hard to it. There's nothing hard to it. So every day, I got to make their life a little harder. I have to make them earn it a little more because that's coming for them. I might not be here. What's going to happen if I'm not here? What's going to happen if it takes a shit? They got to be ready for that. And then all of a sudden you just can't throw it upon them. You can't be like, oh, you're 25 years old now. Here, okay, I taught you absolutely nothing. You can read and write and you have this great education, but I taught you nothing about struggle. I taught you nothing about hard work. I taught you nothing about how to get out there and fucking earn it every day. I did none of that. I did none of that for you. And now all of a sudden we expect our kids to be able to do it. Are you kidding me? It's not the kids' fault. Everyone gets all mad at the kids. It's not the kids' fault. It's the goddamn parents' fault. You didn't DBAB with your kids. You didn't give your kids the ability to be able to work hard. You know what's easy with your kids? It's easy to give them an iPad and say, here you go, Johnny. Here you go, Susie. Know what it's easy to do with your girls? It's easy to play dress up princess. Okay, here you go, sweetheart. Here's your dolls. Let's put on this movie about princesses. Man, look, they got to earn their princess. You got to show them how to earn it. Get out there and make them earn it. There's one way to DBAB with your kids, guys. There's one way and one way only. Consistency. It's hard, right? Because that iPad's just screaming easier, right? And let's be clear. My kids get iPad time, but not a lot. It just screams easy. It's so easy to put your kids in front of something, you know? It's so easy to not make them talk to people. It's so easy to just ignore them. It's so easy to just say, how was school today? Did you learn how to read and write and spell and yada, yada? But are you going to teach them the real shit in life? How to interact with people? How to figure out different situations and deal with another human being? And the only way they can do that is to put those electronics down and go talk to people. But that's not easy. You have to talk to them. That's where it starts. You have to talk to them about the difficult things in life. You have to talk to them maybe about where you've blown it and failed and show them how weak you are. You've got to show up every day. You have to show up every day with your kids. You got to DBAB. Take that step first. Sometimes it's hard for us to do things for ourselves. You know, we get stuck. Do it for your kids. Do it for someone else. Let's move on to the second part. Don't be a bully. The first part of don't be a bully is very simple. Don't be a bully. Don't be mean to people for no reason. Now look, hold on. I love talking shit. Love it. It's fun. I enjoy it. But there's a line. And look, I like it so much that I cross the line sometimes. This is where this is where my DBAB really comes in to more on the everyday for me, you know, because my shit talk can cross into the bully zone sometimes. And I have to be very careful of this. I have to be careful sometimes of the difference between what my intention is and what my impact is. What's my intention versus my impact? I'm intending to have fun sometimes with my shit talk, but then my impact isn't quite that. So this is the easy part of understanding. Don't be a bully. But who we bully the most is ourselves. We bully ourselves, guys, by by beating ourselves up for our past failures. Right? We did something wrong. Maybe you're overweight. Maybe you blew it in your business. Maybe I don't know, maybe you cheated on your spouse. I'm not sure. But we bully ourselves into making more bad decisions. Well, I did it once. Fuck, goddamn, a piece of shit. Fuck. You know? And it just keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. It keeps going. You can't get out of it. You can't get out of your own way because of how shitty you feel about yourself. I talk to my kids all the time. I say, hey, who loves you? And they say, mommy, daddy, Buster the dog, Nana, Pop, Baba, Beeps. And they just go through the whole list of the family. And then I ask them, well, how about you? Do you love you? Because you's the most important. You's the most important. And if you don't love you, if you're bullying yourself, you're destined for failure. Destined for it. You're destined to be unhappy. You can't help but not be unhappy. There's no other way to be. There's no other way to be if you're going to bully yourself. Stop bullying yourself. Once you stop bullying yourself, once you stop putting yourself down and you start loving yourself, like really loving yourself, not like looking in the mirror, fucking vain loving yourself, like really loving yourself for your good and your bad. Like you have to love your bad. This is something with the don't be a bully part that people don't understand because we want the bad to go away. Your bad can't go away. You can work on it. You can work on your bad qualities, but it's just the flip side of the same coin. You have to be aware of them and see how you can harness it differently. You can't just say, oh, that's me. Yeah, of course it's you. That's what makes you good too, right? We've talked about this. We've talked about this in the past. Be aware of that bad. Be aware of how you bully yourself, how you treat yourself, what you think about yourself when you look at yourself in the mirror with no makeup. Don't put any fucking makeup on. You have to look at yourself in the mirror as the truth. Oh, I'm having a bad day, you know? Yeah, you're having a bad day. I get it. Why am I having a bad day? God damn it, stop having a bad day. And then you just bully yourself into that refrigerator, that bottle, that bullying other people. That's what I did. I would bully other people. I didn't get addicted to drugs. I didn't that wasn't my fix. My fix was other people sometimes. My fix was like, okay, I want to show I'm tough. So I'm going to bully somebody to show them that I'm tougher than them. That was my fix. That was my drug. That was how my bully of me, of how I bullied my own self, it came out in more bullying. So I had to get good with him. I had to get good. I don't know if I told you guys this. I named. No, I didn't tell you this. Corey Sandhagen. Corey Sandhagen got me on his episode. I had to name my devil. My devil's name is Frank. I had to name my Frank, and I had to be aware of my Frank, you know, because it's no good. What Frank did to me would just take me to places that was terrible, you know, take me to places that were all of the bully would come out in me if I got too far, too close to Frank, you know, if I let Frank in too much. DBAB, guys, you know, DBAB every day. Don't be a bitch. don't be a bully. But just like a real bully, how do we tell our kids, how do you solve the bully problem in schools? You love them. You bring them into a martial arts school. You take them to a jiu-jitsu school. You teach those kids how to fight. You let them get beat up. You throw them in the fire of exactly what they say they're going to do, beat people up. And that the bully problem will end. The bully problem will end when those bullies learn what love is. We got to do it for ourselves. It starts with you. It starts with you. That's what you have to do. Stop bullying you. However you might bully you. I don't know how you might bully you. I don't know. I know how I bully me, you know? I know what I say, you know? I say your friends aren't going to like you. I say you're fat. I say you're a pussy. I say a whole host of things to myself. But I got to wake up and conquer that motherfucker every day. I got to conquer Frank every day. Be aware of Frank, whatever your Frank is. Deal with your Frank. And then DBAB, don't be a bully. Guys, so that's what it is, man. You know, that's DBAB. That's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing to do, DBAB. You know, more than anything, it's what you have to do. You got to wake up, you got to meditate, and then you got to DBAB all day. What are you doing? Are you being comfortable? Are you being comfortable? Are you sitting around resting on the laurels of yesterday? Are you sitting around bullying yourself, sucked in and just can't get away from the mistakes of yesterday? It's over. Yesterday's over. All you have is today. You don't know what's coming tomorrow. This is all you've got. So just DBAB right now. Just DBAB right now. Guys, check out EliotMarshall.com. Give a subscribe to sign up your email. I'm really starting to get my my online presence together, let's say. I put out a video yesterday I shouldn't say yesterday, sorry. I put out a video a week ago or so, with some jiu-jitsu technique. I'm going to put more of that out. I'm going to be selling some t-shirts. You know, we're going to start with a DBAB t-shirt, guys. We're starting with the DBAB t-shirt. Hopefully that will be coming out soon. All of this information will be on my website, EliotMarshall.com. Also, obviously, my social media. So thanks for giving a listen. I appreciate everyone. Guys, reach out to me. Let me know if this helps you. Let me know a different way that you want me to go. I appreciate it. I like feedback. I'm not scared of feedback. It doesn't always feel good sometimes when it's not good feedback, but hey, DBAB motherfuckers. All right, I'm out. Hey guys, thanks for listening to this episode of The Gospel of Fire. Hit me up on my social media at FireMarshal205 on both Twitter and Instagram. Give me a follow at my fan page on Facebook, Eliot the Fire Marshal. Give a subscribe on iTunes, on Stitcher, wherever you're listening. Throw a review up there. We'd greatly appreciate it. We'll see you on the next episode.